Hello everyone, welcome back. Last week we talked about, hey, what's the mindset that we need to have around achieving maximum results in our business? And honestly, the mindset is the biggest important part of things in terms of achieving any results in your business and maximizing results. However, I did tease that I was going to get into the strategy, the know-how, the technical part of things. And what I find is a lot of business stall because they don't have a clear vision on where they want to go. And so what I'm going to tell you about today is just a system, a process that I follow to make sure that we stay focused on what we want to achieve and we have a clear vision on what we want to achieve. Now it's perfect because now this time of year is where we're doing our business plans. And the first part of the system is to come up with a 10-year vision on where you want your business to be and how you want it to serve you and the members of your team. Again, 10 years down the road. And so you got to write it down, right? So the brain synapses fire off so much better when you actually write things down, even more so than typing it down. So write it down. Like, what do you want your business? How do you want it to serve you? Like, maybe it's hey, I want to achieve so many sales. I want to have so much profit. I want the agents in my team to all be earning X. I want to be completely out of production. I want to be doing this somewhere, not in the U.S. and somewhere abroad, on the beach. Who knows, right? Whatever that is, lay down that 10-year vision so that if you're not clear on your vision, then the people that are in your organization are not going to be clear on it either. So, but we're not going to leave it just at 10 years. We've got to chunk it down. And so we're going to go from 10 to 3, and then from 3, we're going to go to 1. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, Guillermo, this is nothing new. I do one-year plans all the time. Here's the key. Like, you can't just take the one-year plan and then shove it in the top of your desk drawer and expect that you're going to have the results at the end of the year, right? It's almost, you got to think about like you're a coach of a football team, right? The coach does not wait until the fourth quarter to start coaching the players on how to, win the game. So that's the same thing. We can't just keep that one-year plan in our drawer and expect to achieve the results that we want. We got to be looking at that thing constantly and moving towards it. So we don't want to leave it just as a one-year plan. We want to start breaking that thing even further down into what I call rocks. Rocks are just projects that are going to move, that are in alignment with your one-year plan, that are going to move forward your business in 90-day increments. Now, 90 days is important because the market research shows that people get tired after 90 days. And so we're going to need that recharge every 90 days to move the business forward. And so those rocks, need to be achievable within 90 days. If you put a rock that's going to not be done in 90 days, then we're not going to get that recharge, right? The other key practice point about rocks is that somebody in your organization needs to take ownership of finishing that thing in 90 days, right? It can't be like, hey, you two are going to do this and are going to be held responsible for it. There might be 2 or 3 people who work on the rock, but one person needs to be held accountable for finishing up that rock. The other key practice point is don't do too many rocks in a quarter, right? If you're a solo agent, maybe you just do 1. If you've got a more extensive team, then 2 or 3 might be achievable and doable, so long as you've got some leadership in your team that you're like, hey, you take this one, I'll take this one, and the third person take that one, so that you're not overwhelming yourself and you're actually going to achieve those results. And so that's hugely important. Like, those rocks need to be in alignment with moving you forward your yearly goal. So say your yearly goal is something like, hey, I want to improve my marketing towards my sphere of influence and my past clients. So the rock in the first quarter might be something like, hey, I gotta get my CRM finally up and running, right? And so that's switch the technology, sign up for technology, build it out with the website in the back end. That could be a 90-day rock for one person, and the other rock may be like, hey, let's get all these contacts loaded in. And then the other rock might be like, here's the 60-touch program that we want to implement within the CRM. So the key is identifying the rocks and making sure they're in alignment with reaching your yearly goal. Now, again, there's even more details on the rocks. We want to break those rocks down to things that we're going to accomplish on a weekly basis. So the cadence is going to flow through your entire organization. The cadence that you want to follow is every time you have a meeting. And how many of us have had meetings in a business that you sit there, you're in the meeting for an hour and a half, and you're like, what did we accomplish? Right? So the cadence we want to follow is literally have a conversation about what are the issues we need to solve in our business, and have tasks that come out of that meeting that are achievable in 1 week's time that again are in alignment with the rocks that you set for your business, right? And so if you're one of your rocks is I'm going to set up my CRM, then that task for that week is, hey, I've got to go actually and sign up for that new CRM, as an example, right? And again, those tasks have to be owned by one individual, so then they're held accountable and they're holding themselves accountable for achieving that. So as you see, you're moving things forward constantly. Every week you have a task that's going to move forward your rocks are going to move forward your 1 year plan, your 1 year plan is going to move forward your 3 and 10 subsequently. Really simple, right? Not rocket science, but we gotta do it constantly, because if we don't, then we'll get off track. And the cool thing about the system is it will avoid distractions, right? So I mentioned before, one of the big reasons that businesses stall is because there's no vision. Well, another big reason that businesses stall is they get distracted, right? So the cool thing about the system, the rocks, is like, hey, my goal, my rock this quarter is to build out my CRM. And so when you get a call from I don't know, all these places like, hey, I can do the videos for you on social media for only, $10,000 like this year. Like, that's like, cool. I'm gonna put that in the parking lot. I'll consider that, but that's not going to interfere with my quarterly goal this quarter, because I already mapped out where I want to be in 10 years, and it's super important that I get this rock done, because that's going to get me where I want to go. Make sense? Awesome. Again, a lot of this is not rocket science, but it does require discipline, and discipline is just doing what you say you're going to do after the high of saying it has sort of waned or expired. Thank you so much. Listen, if you love the content, you like the content, please like my channel and like this video. It allows me to get up here and continue to serve you at a high level. And if you're interested in just hearing this content, the new content that comes in each week, subscribe to the channel. Make sure your notifications are on. Thank you so much. Go out there and cause and create miracles.